Hi guys, it's Maddie here from English with Maddie, and I am back for another book club video today. Now usually I am recommending a bunch of books in a certain genre or I'm reading aloud to you, but today I have something a little bit different. I have a book recommendation, but it's just for one book. Now this book I read when I was a kid, and I use it a lot with my younger readers, especially English language learners in elementary school and sometimes in middle school. I read this book with, though I think even for adults who are a little bit new to reading in English, or who feel not so confident in their English reading ability, it's still a great, lovely book to read. The book I want to recommend today is actually a really ginormous series. It is so long. There are so many books. It is the Magic Treehouse series. Now I know this is a book aimed at younger readers, but it is actually quite fun and quite educational. So if you have any kids or if you yourself want to practice reading and expanding your vocabulary, I think it is a great read. Now the first book in the series is called Dinosaurs Before Dark, and I actually have an entire study guide of questions and vocabulary words all prepared for you. I know, how wonderful am I? So if you click the link below, you will go to the English with Maddie website, where you can find and download my entire study guide and some other resources I found online. Now, the first book in this series is about dinosaurs, but the entire series as a whole revolves around two children, a brother and sister, Jack and Annie. Now these two siblings live in Pennsylvania in the United States, and they find a treehouse, right? In this first book, they find it, they climb up to the top, and what is inside the treehouse? A ton of books. Books about everything you could think about. So the kids in this first book, on this first adventure, they pick up a book about dinosaurs, and as they're reading it, they say some words, and unintentionally they end up time traveling to when dinosaurs still existed and roamed the earth. So this book is not very long. There are about 10 chapters, and each chapter only has a few pages in it. So it is definitely an achievable read, both for young learners and for adults who don't have a ton of time or confidence in their English reading ability. So if you check out the study guide I made, I've broken this book down into each chapter, and for each chapter I have several questions as well as vocabulary words that I think are important or good ones to remember. Now this is great, especially if you want to work on your English writing skills. So as you can see, this is what the study guide looks like. This is for chapter 1. Let me read you some of these questions. Now, question number 1 is, what happens in chapter 1? This might seem really general, but it's a great way to practice summarizing. Summarizing is a great skill, and it helps you to use all of the vocabulary you've learned in what you just read. So instead of just using any words in a question I asked to kind of repeat that in the answer, this allows you to have a lot more independence to say, what did happen and how can I explain it? So I'm challenging you, or any children you may use this with, to really use their own language and their own ability to describe what just happened. After that, you'll see the question, why does Jack think, oh, brother, when his sister Annie is pretending there is a monster coming for them. Like this question, I ask a lot of questions that have to do with the language that is used. Now, this phrase, "oh brother," is used quite a bit in English. This means, "oh my gosh, oh my God, are you kidding me?" But if we don't know that context, if we don't know that that's what this phrase means, and we just see, "oh brother," we're going to assume he's talking about his or somebody else's actual brother. And that's not true. He has only one sister, and he's not talking about that. He's using this as the, "oh my gosh" kind of style. So there are a lot of questions like that that help you to understand or maybe highlight to give you some awareness of what phrases might be a little bit more in depth than what I'm guessing right now. So there are questions like that. And then there are a lot of questions that then are going on to elaborate on what you think. So question number 3 is, what do each of the kids think when they find the treehouse? Now that's something that you can find directly in the text. If you're actively reading, you can go back and pinpoint that right away. What did they think? But if you go on, the second part of that question is, how would you feel? So this gives you the opportunity to think about, what did I read? What did they think? Let me write that down. And then to turn it on yourself. What would I think if I were them? And then to have a little bit more reflection and a little bit more of an opportunity to use your own words and your own thoughts and your own opinions. Now going down a little bit, I also highlighted a few vocabulary words, and some of these, like in this book, is about dinosaurs. So there are some dinosaur related vocabulary that might be new to you, as well as maybe some other more challenging verbs or other adjectives or things like that. The really cool thing about the Magic Treehouse series is that each book has a completely different topic. So if you are looking to expand your vocabulary, whether as a child or even as an adult, this is a great way to get exposure to a bunch of different topics quite easily, right? I think there are at least 30. There are even a couple different series there. So without having to work too hard, you can find books about dinosaurs and castles and pirates and, oh my gosh, everything. And each of those books will come with a new set of vocabulary that can help you study and expand your vocabulary like nobody's business without having too much pressure or strain from finding a really challenging text. So far, if you feel like maybe some of the books I've been talking about have been above your reading level, I definitely recommend giving this a try. Now, the Magic Treehouse series are still relatively new. They were out when I was a child, so at least a couple decades old, but they are not old enough to yet be free online. They are something you would have to purchase. So they're not books that I can read out loud to you or that I could give you in a PDF file or anything like that, but they are very easy to find. I have the books downloaded on my Kindle through Amazon. I think that they were, I don't even know, $5 a book. They're not expensive. So I think there are many places online where you can read the book online or buy the actual paperback book if you are interested. And I know they do come as a set if you're interested in getting multiple books. But I really hope that it's something that would work for you or someone you know, maybe your child, a friend's child, or yourself, whoever. And definitely check out the English with Maddie website so you can take advantage of the study guide that I created for you so you can also practice your writing skills in addition to your reading skills. So I hope you liked this recommendation for Dinosaurs Before Dark in the Magic Treehouse series, and I will see you guys again next time for another book club series video here on English with Maddie. Happy studying!